Good morning, Roadrunner families. Miss Brewer here, bringing you the next edition of A Day in the Life of a Roadrunner. So today we are going to be talking about guided math groups. This is something we do every day. It is separate from core math time. So where they're learning a new lesson, guided math groups, this is where we really focus on the individual needs of our scholars on campus. Okay, so they happen Monday through Thursday. We have time set aside Monday through Thursday for guided math groups in every class. And like I said, it's individualized instruction. So we use this time to really look at what each scholar needs and use that time to help them either close gaps or enrich some of their learning. So in this particular video clip, you're going to see the teacher solving word problems with 4 students she has in her group. And some of the things I want you to look for, she only has 4 students to work with. So look how she can give some individualized attention to each student at her table and how she's able to really see what each student is doing. When you have 20 students in front of you, that's not as easy as when you just have 4 students sitting at a table with you. This teacher is able to use some manipulatives and a graphic organizer to support their learning. So she's helping them break apart word problems using some manipulatives. And she's got this great graphic organizer that shows them how to put those pieces of a word problem together. She's able to use some questioning strategies to help them break apart the word problem and really think about those math skills that they need. And she's able to really coach individuals as they work. If they make mistakes, she's able to talk them through that in the moment and not later on when she grades their paper and gives them some feedback that way. So we're going to watch just her solve one problem with this small group. It's about 5 or 6 minutes, I believe. I want to thank you for joining us today. One thing I want you to really remember, so guided math groups, this is not something that we would just send home. So anytime a scholar is absent, they miss this individualized instruction. This isn't something that can just be made up. Okay, and this is a really important part of their learning. This isn't something we can send home for them to make up later. All right, so here we go.
You have a marker in front of you, an eraser, and a board to use. Right now you can put your marker down, and we're going to think about our problem. I'm going to explain the work mat for you, and the work mat is going to help us to solve our problem. So look at the first space. At the top of it, it says started with, because sometimes I'm going to tell you what we start with in our word problem. I'm going to give you a number that we might start with. Matthew, can I hold on to that for you? We'll keep it right here so it doesn't bother you, okay? Thanks. And then what's going to happen is there's going to be an action. Point to where it says action for me. Okay? Something's going to happen. The action in the one I described to you was Matthew gave you some more keychains. And then we're going to end up with a result. What might the result tell me? Grace.
And might tell you how you could count it.
Well, we're going to have to figure that out, how to count it. What might it tell us, Mia? The number, how many we had, maybe all together, or how many we had left after something happened. So we're going to try this problem together. It says, Jen planted 7 flowers. It's springtime now, so we must start thinking about flowers. Then Tom planted 6 more flowers. And I want to know how many flowers were planted. So what I want to do is figure out first, what did we start with in our story problem? Go back to our story problem and think about, what did we start with? Matthew, what did we start with in our story problem?
7 flowers.
We started with 7 flowers. Can you use your cubes to show me 7 flowers, please? Okay, and put them in the started with, because that's what we started with.
All you could do is rip it off.
Can you put them in here? What's that?
All you could do is rip it off.
Yeah, that's fine. Can you put the rest of them up at the top for me, just so they're out of the way? We're going to keep them flat so they don't fall. Yes. Oh, you counted by 2s. Excellent. Oh, perfect. Maybe we're talking about her and planting some flowers. Can you put them in the started with so we know that's what we started with? Excellent. What was our action? What happened in our story problem? What was the action, Amia? Tom planted 6 more. So what could we do here? What could we do there, Grace?
Put 16.
Do it for me. Can you keep this all together for me? And then Grace said that we should put 6 cubes. So they're kind of tough, huh?
Not me. Now we got 13
Okay, well, Matthew, could we put those in the action one? Because that's what happened. Matthew planted, I'm sorry, Matthew didn't. Tom planted 6 more. I am? Oh, you know what? I didn't even notice that. All right, so now we want to know the result. What's the question that's going to ask us what the result is? Can somebody read me that question? Tia, go ahead.
How many flowers were
So what could I do to figure out how many flowers were planted, Adil? What could I do? Count what? Okay, but what am I going to count? Am I going to count the ones here, or am I going to count the ones here? So you can count both of them? Okay, go ahead and do that for me. Okay, put your hand up this side. You got it up there? You were trying to count by 2s. Oh, sorry, Matthew. All right, I know you have to say them all the time. So I want to know how many flowers were planted. How many, Grace? 18? Go back and check that. What'd you get? Do it one more time. Count it out loud for me. Let her count. 13. Matthew, did you get 13? Adil, 13? And I saw me that you got 13. If I wanted to write a number sentence for this, so I could actually move these all over to here, but I'm not going to do that yet. If I wanted to write a number sentence, how might I write my number sentence? How would I write my number sentence? Matthew, what do you think?
7 plus 6 equals
What was it? Adil, what was it? 7 plus 6 equals?
13.
13. So what I did is I knew that my result was what was missing, and I said 7 plus 6 equals 13. Mia?
I knew it. That's because if it was 6 plus 6, it was also 7.
Ah, you know your doubles plus 1, huh? Can you write the equation for me? That's excellent. Can you write it for me? The equation or the number sentence? And I put this little box here because I knew that was my missing number. All right, great job. Now that was kind of easy. You guys did